So in this video, we are going to learn how to automatically generate article with images for Facebook post. Now, if you are also tired of generating some content like blog or article for your Facebook post using ChatGPT or Google Gemini, this automation is going to help you a lot. Using this automation, just by adding some details of the post in our Google spreadsheet, like the topic of the article or the post, the image prompt and the date and time, you can automatically generate the post content or images using OpenAI or any other AI platform of your choice. And after generating the content, the article and the image for your post, you can automatically schedule this post for your Facebook page to be shared over there on your selected date and time which you have entered in your Google spreadsheet. In this way, you can create a kind of a social media calendar for your Facebook page as well. Now, if you want to learn how you can set up all of this automation by yourself, for that, you just have to come with me to my screen.
So as you can see, this is my Google spreadsheet. In this sheet, I'm adding the topic of the article which I want to post on my Facebook page. Also in this post, I want to add an AI generated image. So I'm adding the image prompt which I want to give to the AI tools like DALL-E to generate the image. Also, we are adding the date and time, that for what date and time we want to schedule this post on our Facebook page. At last, I have a column of status. Now, if I've selected the status as post, only in that case, this particular data will be sent to our automation workflow and the post will be generated using AI tools like OpenAI and ChatGPT, and the post will be scheduled for our Facebook page. If we select save over here, in that case, this data will be only saved in our Google Sheet and we are not going to send this data to the automation which we are going to build. So what do we want? We want that whenever we add the topic, image prompt and all of these details over here and select the status as post, using OpenAI, we want to generate the article content and the AI image. And we are going to post that same content with the image on our Facebook page. Now to do this, we have to connect all of these applications. We have to connect Google Sheet, OpenAI and Facebook page. And we are going to use an automation and integration platform called Pabbly Connect to do so. Now to access Pabbly Connect, just go to your browser and search for Pabbly, pabbly.com/connect. And here you can see we have reached the landing page of Pabbly Connect. Here you can see two options, sign in and sign up free. Now, if you are new to Pabbly, by clicking on sign up free, you can set up your free Pabbly account in just 2 minutes. Or if you are an existing Pabbly user, you can just click on sign in and sign into your own Pabbly account. After signing in, you will reach this all apps page of Pabbly. Here we just have to click on access now below Pabbly Connect. And after clicking on access now, we will reach to Pabbly Connect's dashboard. Here we have to create an automation workflow. So just click on this create workflow button and give this workflow a name. Let's say I would like to name it as Google Sheets to OpenAI to Facebook pages. You can basically give any other name of your choice. Then just select the folder of your Pabbly account in which you want to create this automation and click on create. Now, as we click on create, here you can see the automation workflow will open in front of us. And in this workflow, you can see two different windows. First one is the trigger window and second one is the action window. So triggers and actions are basically those two concepts, those two principles on which this whole automation works on, where the trigger says when this happens and the action says do this. So let's start with our trigger window. Now the idea here is, first we have to connect our Google spreadsheet in which we are adding the topic and the image prompt with Pabbly Connect in the trigger step. So that whenever we are going to enter the details of a new post, of a new article in the Google Sheet, the same details will be received inside Pabbly Connect and this automation workflow will trigger. Then after that, using this Pabbly Connect automation, we are going to send these details to OpenAI. And using OpenAI, we are going to generate the AI image and also the content for our Facebook page post. After that, what we are going to do, we will be using a feature of Pabbly Connect that is called delay. And using delay, we are going to delay this automation workflow for the date and time which we have entered over here, so that these articles or these posts will be shared on our Facebook page only on the date and time which we have entered in our Google Sheet. And at last, we are going to create the post with the same details, with the same content given by OpenAI on our Facebook page. So let's see how it is done. Starting from a trigger window, in Choose App, search for Google Sheets. Just select it. After selecting Google Sheets, in Trigger Event from the drop-down, select the trigger event as New or Updated Spreadsheet Row. After selecting a trigger event, Pabbly Connect gave us a webhook URL. And using this webhook URL, we are going to connect our Google spreadsheet with Pabbly Connect. And to add this webhook URL, we just have to follow the instructions given below over here. Just copy this webhook URL from here and go to your Google spreadsheet. After coming to the Google Sheet, just go to Extensions, Add-ons and click on Get Add-ons. After clicking on Get Add-ons, we will reach to Google Workspace Marketplace. And here in Search app, we have to search for Pabbly Connect Webhooks. Now as you can see, Pabbly Connect Webhooks, this add-on is already installed in my Google Sheets. You just have to install the same add-on into your own Google Sheets account, and after installing it, just refresh your Google Sheets once. This is a very important step. After refreshing our Google Sheets, once again we'll go to Extensions and you will see Pabbly Connect Webhooks. This add-on is now added. Then just hover on it and click on Initial Setup. After clicking on Initial Setup, this box will appear in front of us and it is basically asking us three different things: selected sheet, webhook URL and the trigger column. Now it is most likely possible that in your Google spreadsheet, you might have created multiple sheets over here. So the data of a new row from which sheet we want to send to Pabbly Connect, we have to select that sheet over here. Right now in this Google spreadsheet, I have only one sheet named as sheet 1. That's why by default it has selected sheet 1 over here. Then it is asking us for the webhook URL. And here in webhook URL, we have to enter the exact same URL which Pabbly Connect gave us. Just copy the webhook from here and then paste it over here. At last, it is asking us for the trigger column. Now you must be thinking, what is this trigger column? So trigger column is basically the last column of our Google Sheet in which we are going to enter any data. So in the background, you can see in this Google spreadsheet, column E is the last column in which we are going to enter some data. So column E is going to be my trigger column. So I'm going to enter column E as the trigger column. After entering these details, just click on this Send Test button. Now when we click on Send Test, here you can see it is showing us test data sent successfully. This means the data of the very first row after headers, the data of row number 2 is now sent to Pabbly Connect using this webhook URL. So let's check it. We will go to our Pabbly Connect workflow and yes, here in the trigger step, we have received some response and in this response, you can see the same details from our Google spreadsheet. You can see the same trigger column which we have selected. You can see the same topic of the post which we have entered in our Google Sheet. You can see the same time, same status, that is post. You can see the name of the spreadsheet from which we have received the data. Then after that, here you can see the image prompt as well, the same image prompt which we have entered in our Google spreadsheet. And at last, here you can see the date, that for which date we have scheduled this post for. So in this way, you can see we have successfully connected our Google spreadsheet with Pabbly Connect and receive the data of our Google Sheet row in our Pabbly Connect workflow. Now after this, just click on Submit. Now as we click on Submit over here in the initial setup window, you can see it is showing us setup configured successfully. This means we have successfully added this webhook URL. Now just close this window. Once again, we'll go to Extensions, Pabbly Connect Webhooks, and this time we have to select this option of Send on Event. By selecting Send on Event, we are telling this Google Sheet, we are telling this add-on that whenever a new row of data is added till our trigger column and we select the status in this section, in this column, automatically, immediately, instantly send that data of that complete row to Pabbly Connect and the automation workflow will trigger. So here the step 1 of setting up this automation is completed, where we have successfully connected our Google spreadsheet with Pabbly Connect and received the data of the new post title, image prompt, date and time in our Pabbly Connect workflow. Now after this, let's move to step 2. And in step 2, we are going to set up a filter condition. Now in the column of status in our Google Sheet, we have two options, save and post. Now if we select the status as save, in that case, we don't want to schedule this post for our Facebook page. Only if the status is selected as post, only in that case, we want to create the content and schedule the post on our Facebook page. So what we are going to do, we are going to set up a filter condition on this response of status, that if the response of status is equals to post, only in that case, the automation workflow should be continued further. And if we get the status as anything else other than post, in that case, we are not going to continue this workflow. We are not going to generate the content as of now for this, and we will be waiting for the status to be changed to post. Now to add this kind of filter condition, just come to the action step of our workflow and select Filter by Pabbly over here. After selecting Filter by Pabbly, in Action Event from the drop-down, select the action event as Filter Values and click on Connect. Then after that, the first thing it asks us is to select the label, that on which label, on which response, we want to set up the filter condition. So here from Google Sheet responses, from trigger step responses, we are going to set up the filter condition on this label of status. So we are going to select the status over here as label in the filter action step. And to select this label, what we have to do, we just have to click on this drop down of select label, and here in this drop down you can see a list of all the responses which we have received from Google Sheets in the trigger step. Out of all of these responses, select the response of status and it will be selected over here. Then after that, here in filter type from this drop down, we have to select the equals to and the value will be post. So we are going to set up a filter condition that if the response of status is equals to post, only in that case this automation workflow will be continued further. And if we get anything else as the status other than post, in that case the workflow will not be continued. We are not going to generate the content and the image, and we are not going to schedule the post for our Facebook page. After setting up this filter condition, just click on save and send test request. And as we click on save and send test request, it is showing us that the condition is true. Now because we have received the response of status as post in the trigger response, that's why it is showing us the condition is true over here. Now after setting up this filter, what we want to do in the next step, we are going to generate the image for our Facebook post by sending the same image prompt to OpenAI to DALL-E. Now in this video, I'm just taking an example of OpenAI's DALL-E as an AI platform to generate the image. But instead of this, you can use any other platform of your choice to generate the AI images. Now to add this step, just click on this add action step button over here, and then here in choose app, search for OpenAI. Just select it. After selecting OpenAI, in action event from the drop down, select the action event as generate image. Then just click on connect and select add new connection. Now here we have to connect our OpenAI account with Pabbly Connect. And to make this connection, we have to enter the API key of our OpenAI account. Now you must be thinking how you can get this API key. So to get it, just log into your OpenAI account and from the left sidebar, go to this API keys section. After coming here, you can see all the API keys which you have generated in your OpenAI account. And to create a new one, click on this create new secret key button. Then after that, we just have to enter the name of this API key. So let me name it as, for example, Facebook page posts. You can basically give any other name of your choice. Then here you have to select the project of your OpenAI account. If you have created multiple projects from this dropdown, you can select the project of your choice. Right now, I don't have any project, so I'll be just going with the default project. And under permission, we are going to select all permissions over here and click on create secret key. After clicking on create here, you can see the API key is generated. Just copy the API key from here, go to Pabbly Connect and paste it over here. And after pasting the API key, just click on save. Now as we click on save, here you can see our OpenAI account will get connected with Pabbly Connect. After making this connection, the first thing it asks us is the model. So here in this dropdown, you can see we have two models to generate the images using OpenAI, DALL-E 2 and DALL-E 3. And we are going to use DALL-E 3, the latest model. Then after that, it is asking us for the prompt, that what prompt we want to give to DALL-E 3 to generate the AI image. So we have entered our prompt in our Google spreadsheet, and we have received the data from our Google Sheet in our Pabbly Connect workflow in this trigger step. So here from trigger step responses, we are going to map this response of image prompt to this OpenAI DALL-E action step. And the process of mapping is very simple. Simply click on this field of prompt, and here in this dropdown, you can see a list of all the responses from previous two steps. Out of this, from Google Sheet responses, we are going to select the response of image prompt and it will be mapped over here. After mapping the image prompt, it is asking us number of images to be generated. So because we only want to generate one image, so we are going to select one over here. Just enter one image over here. Now, if you're using DALL-E 3, then in that case, you can only generate one image at a time. But if you're using the model as DALL-E 2, then you can generate from 1 to 10 images at a time using a single request, a single response. Then it is asking us for the size. So from the drop down, you can see a list of different size options available. I'll be selecting this size of 1792 x 1024 pixels. Then in quality, we have two options, standard and HD. Now I want the image to be in HD quality, so I'm selecting HD over here. And at last, it is asking us for the style. Now here in style as well, we have two options, vivid and natural style. Now you can basically mention any style as per your choice. Right now, I'm not going to specify any style for the image over here. I'll let DALL-E 3 to generate any image for my prompt as per its requirement, as per its choice. Now after selecting all the options and mapping the prompt, just click on save and send test request. And after clicking on save and send test request, here you can see we have received some response over here. In this response, you can see the timestamp that at what date and time this image was generated. Then here you can see a revised prompt for the generated image given by DALL-E itself. And at last, here you can see the URL. This is the URL of the image which is generated by OpenAI, DALL-E. We will just copy this link from here, go to a new tab and paste it over here. And here you can see this is the image which DALL-E has generated for the prompt which we have given. And it is a pretty nice image which we can add on our Facebook page post. Now, after generating the image, what we are going to do in the next step, we are going to generate the content, the caption or the article for our Facebook page post. For that, just click on this Add Action Step button over here, and then here in Choose App, we are going to search for OpenAI once again. Because using OpenAI's ChatGPT, we are going to generate the article. After that, in Action Event from the dropdown, select ChatGPT as the action event, and then just click on Connect. Now, because we have connected our OpenAI account in the previous step, we don't have to make a new connection. You can just select the existing connection which we have made in the previous step and click on Save. After clicking on Save, the first thing it asks us is to select the AI model. And in this dropdown, you can see we have a list of multiple AI models offered by OpenAI. Now, out of all of them, this is the model GPT-4 1106 preview. Using this model, let's say I want to generate the content. So I'm going to select it. You can basically select any model as per your choice, as per your requirement. Then it is asking us for the prompt. Now here in prompt, what prompt we want to give to ChatGPT to OpenAI to generate the article. So let's say I want to give the prompt as, for example, write an article for Facebook page post on, and here I want to mention the title of the article, topic of the article for which we want to create the post. So we had the title, we have the topic of the article of the Facebook page post in Google Sheet, and we have received the Google Sheet data in Pabbly Connect. So from the dropdown from Google Sheet responses, we are going to map this response of basically topic over here in this field. So in this way, this is a simple prompt which I'm going to give. If you want, you can just specify, you can just change this prompt as per your requirement, as per your choice. And after selecting the AI model and entering the prompt and mapping the topic over here, just click on Save and Send Test Request. Now when we click on Save and Send Test Request, here you can see we are going to receive some response over here. And yes, we have received the response. And in this response, you can see we have this response of message content where we have the complete content generated over here. Here you can see we have the title over here, and after title, here you can see we have the complete article which we are going to post on our Facebook page. So in this way, you can see using ChatGPT, we have basically generated the content for our Facebook page as well, and also we have generated the image. Now after this, what we want to do, we want to schedule this post for our Facebook page for the date and time which we have entered in our Google spreadsheet. And to schedule this post, we are going to add a delay in our automation workflow, so that whenever we are going to add the data in our Google Sheet and select the status as post, the automation workflow will trigger, but it will be delayed for the date and time which we have entered in our Google Sheet. Now to add the delay, what we are going to do, we will just click on this Add Action Step button over here. And then here in Choose App, we are going to search for Delay by Pabbly. After selecting Delay by Pabbly, in Action Event from the dropdown, select the action event as Add Time Delay and click on Connect. After clicking on Connect, the first thing it asks us is how much delay you want to put in your workflow. So here we have two options, delay for and delay until. Now because we want to delay until a specific date and time, so we are going to select delay until over here. And then it is asking us for the delay date. Now here in delay date, it is saying us that we have to enter a date into this particular format and according to UTC time zone. But the date and time which we have entered in our Google Sheet is not according to this format, and also this is not according to UTC time zone. It is my local time zone, and according to that, I want to schedule this post. So what we are going to do, we have received this date and time from Google Sheets in our trigger step responses. So here we have the date and here we have the time. Now using another feature of Pabbly Connect that is called date time formatter, we are going to change the format and the time zone of this date and time. Now to use date time formatter, just click on this Add Action Step button before this delay step. And after that, here in Choose App, search for date time formatter. Just select it. After selecting date time formatter in the action step, in action event from this drop down, we have to select the action event as format date with time zone. And after that, just click on Connect. After clicking on Connect, the first thing it asks us is the date. That what is the actual date and time whose format and time zone we want to change. So we'll just click on this field of date, and from the drop down from Google Sheet responses, we are going to first map the response of date over here, then we are going to add a space, and then we are going to map the response of time over here. In this way, we have given the date and time from our Google spreadsheet to this date time formatter step. Then it is asking us from format, that in which format this date and time is present right now. So this date and time is currently present is this format, day, month, year, and then we have hours and minutes and AM and PM. So we are going to select this format over here in from format. Then it is asking us to format, that into which format we want to change this date and time into. So in to format, we have to select the exact same format which is asked by delay, which is this year, month, date, hours, minutes, and seconds. So here from this drop down of to format, we are going to select that format over here, which is year, month, date, hours, minutes, and seconds. After that, it is asking us from time zone. So here in from time zone, we are going to enter our local time zone. Like I'm in India, and in India, we follow Asia Kolkata time zone. So I'm going to select it. But you have to enter your own local time zone according to which you are entering the date and time in this Google spreadsheet. And in to time zone, we are going to search for UTC over here because we have to give this date and time according to UTC time zone in the delay step. And after that, just click on Save and Send Test Request. Now, when we click on Save and Send Test Request, here you can see the same date and times format and time zone is changed. The format is this, the same format which is asked by delay step. And the time zone is also changed over here. So we have the same date and time, but according to UTC time zone. After doing this, we'll go back to a delay action step below that, and then we are going to map the same response given by date time formatter. Just click on this delay date step, and then here from the drop down, just select the response of date time formatter and map it. And after mapping it, just click on Save and Send Test Request. Now when we click on Save and Send Test Request, here you can see the delay is successfully added for 27th of April 2024 for 10:30 AM UTC. This is according to UTC time zone. So when it is 10:30 AM according to UTC time zone, it is basically 4 PM according to Indian time zone. So what we are going to do, we are going to schedule this post for 4 PM Indian time zone. As you can see, the same date and time which we have entered in our Google Sheet over here. Now after this, what we are going to do, we have to finally create the post on our Facebook page in the last step. For that, just click on this Add Action Step button over here after the delay step. And then here in Choose App, search for Facebook Pages. After selecting Facebook Pages, in Action Event from the drop-down, select the action event as Create Page Photo Post. Just select it. Then just click on Connect and select Add New Connection. Now here we have to connect our Facebook page with Pabbly Connect. And to make this connection, click on this Connect with Facebook Pages button. Now because we have already logged into our Facebook account in our browser, Pabbly Connect will detect the same account. Just click on this Continue button, and as we click on Continue, we will see our Facebook account will get connected with Pabbly Connect. After making this connection, the first thing it asks us is the page. Now here in this dropdown, you can see a list of all the pages which I have in my Facebook account. Now out of all of this, on which particular page we want to schedule this post, we have to select that page over here. So the page on which we are going to create the post in this video is named as Mindful Solutions. So here from this dropdown, we are going to search for the same page and select it over here. After selecting the Facebook page, it is asking us for the photo URL, that what is the URL of the image which we want to post. So we will just click on this field of photo URL, and from the OpenAI DALL-E image responses, we are going to select the response of the image URL and map it. And after that, here in description, we are going to map the response of the ChatGPT response which was given by OpenAI. So here from the ChatGPT action step, OpenAI action step, the content, the description or the caption for the post which was generated, we have basically mapped the same caption, same content over here. Now after selecting the Facebook page, mapping the photo URL and mapping the content for our Facebook post, just click on Save and Send Test Request. And after clicking on Save and Send Test Request, here you can see we have received some response over here. And this response seems to be a positive response to us. This response shows that this image and this caption, this content is posted on our Facebook page. We have created a new post on this Facebook page with this image and this content. So let's check it. We will go to our Facebook page and we will just refresh our page once. And yes, here you can see just now a new post is shared on our Facebook page, and this is the content of this post over here. This is the exact same content which was generated by ChatGPT, which was generated by OpenAI. And in this post, here you can see the same AI generated image which was given by DALL-E 3. The same image is posted as well. This means the automation workflow which we have created over here using Pabbly Connect, this automation is working perfectly fine. And using this automation, just by entering the title, the topic of the post of the article and entering the image prompt with date and time in our Google Sheet, we can automatically schedule these posts to be published on our Facebook page on our entered date time. And the image and the content will be automatically generated using AI platforms like OpenAI. Now, after setting up this automation, we are going to test this automation workflow once. We are going to write another article basically on some new topic. So let me enter the details over here in this Google spreadsheet. Let's say the next topic is automation and integration in today's day and age. Automation and integration in today's day and age. This is the title. Now let me enter the image prompt as well. So I have already written the image prompt over here. So let me just paste the image prompt over here. This is it. This is the image prompt. Now we want to schedule this post, let's say for today, that is 27th of April 2024. But the time is, for example, the current time is 15:45, means it's 3:45 over here in India. Let's say I want to schedule this post for 3:50 p.m. just for an example. So I want this post to be scheduled on our Facebook page at this date and time at 3:50 p.m. on 27th of April 2024, that is today. And I'll just select the status as post over here. So as we select the status over here as post, this automation workflow will trigger and the data will be sent to Pabbly Connect. And using this automation, it is going to generate the content and the post will be scheduled for our entered date and time. And at whatever date and time we are going to enter in our Google Sheet, on the same date and time, the post will be published on our Facebook page. So what we are going to do, now we will just wait for 3:50 p.m. in India. We will just wait for 4 minutes over here. Okay, so now we have successfully waited for 5 minutes. It's 3:51 over here. So we will just refresh our Facebook page once. And yes, here you can see just now 1 minute ago, means on 3:50, a new Facebook page post is shared. In this page, you can see this is the image which is generated by AI, the AI generated image, and we have the content for the same post. And this post is on the same topic which we have given over here in our Google spreadsheet. As you can see, we have the complete post content with emojis, all the formatting and all the hashtag, and we have this image too. This means the automation workflow which we have created using Pabbly Connect, this automation is working perfectly fine. And using this automation, just by adding the topic and the image prompt in time in our Google spreadsheet, you can automatically share the post on our Facebook page. So not just these applications, you can connect plenty of other applications with Pabbly Connect. And one more important thing, you will find the clone link of this same automation workflow in the description box below. By clicking on that link, you can just clone the same workflow into your own Pabbly Connect account and use this automation workflow for free. Also, let me tell you, Pabbly Connect offers you a free plan. And in this plan, you will get some free tasks every month into your own Pabbly Connect account. So if you want to try and test this automation, you can do it for absolutely free.
So if this video was helpful to you, don't forget to hit the like button, share it with others, or if you have any kind of doubts or queries, you can always write us in the comment box below or email us at support@pabbly.com. Also, you can post your queries on our forum as well. And if you want to check the pricing of Pabbly Connect, you can visit this link. So this is it for today's video. Thank you. Have a great day.